Impact forecast: 25% increase in market share across automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025. Date: February 9, 2025. Executive Summary. A significant transformation is anticipated across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025, with a forecasted 25% increase in market share. This growth is largely driven by technological advancements, evolving consumer preferences, and supportive government policies fostering sustainability. The report provides a detailed analysis of the expected developments in these sectors, highlighting the interconnected nature of their growth. 1. Automotive sector growth. The automotive sector is poised for robust growth, with new vehicle sales projected to reach approximately 16.3 million units by the end of 2025, up from 16 million in 2024. Key factors contributing to this increase include consumer sentiment and economic stability. Improved consumer confidence and a stable economic environment are enhancing vehicle affordability, leading to increased demand for new vehicles. Electrification of vehicles. Electric vehicle EV sales are expected to constitute approximately 10% of the market, with projections indicating that 1 in 4 vehicles sold will be electric or hybrid. This shift is supported by a growing network of over 200,000 public charging stations across the U.S., alongside significant investments aimed at further expanding this infrastructure. Market dynamics. The automotive market is experiencing an influx of new electric and hybrid models, contributing to a competitive landscape that encourages consumer adoption of electrified vehicles. 2. Renewable energy sector expansion. The renewable energy sector is experiencing unprecedented demand, outpacing supply and leading to a race among producers to fill the resource gap. By 2025, the following trends are predicted. Utility-scale solar and wind capacity. Almost 90% of new energy generation capacity additions in early 2024 are expected to come from utility-scale solar and wind projects. Solar power is projected to surpass hydropower and nuclear, becoming the 4th largest source of installed capacity. Technological innovations. The integration of artificial intelligence, AI, and other advanced technologies is optimizing supply chains and operational efficiencies in renewable energy deployment. Data centers are expected to contribute significantly to the demand for renewable energy, with projections of approximately 44 gigawatts of additional demand by 2030. Government policies. Initiatives such as the Inflation Reduction Act are playing a crucial role in supporting renewable energy goals, influencing regulations and fostering investments in clean technologies. 3. Public transportation developments. While detailed forecasts for public transportation were less pronounced, the overarching trends of electrification and renewable energy growth suggest significant advancements in this sector as well. Key points include electrification of transit options. Increased investments in electric buses and the necessary infrastructure are facilitating the transition to sustainable public transportation solutions. Consumer demand for sustainable solutions. As consumers increasingly prioritize sustainability, public transportation systems are likely to adapt and expand to meet these evolving preferences. 4. Common drivers across sectors. Several key trends are driving growth across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors. Technological innovation. The use of AI battery storage solutions and advanced renewable technologies like green hydrogen is integral to the growth trajectory of all 3 sectors. Policy impact. Government initiatives are shaping market dynamics, enhancing support for renewable energy initiatives and influencing automotive market regulations. Consumer preferences. A marked shift toward electrified vehicles and renewable energy sources is evident, indicating a broader societal acceptance of sustainable practices. 5. Divergent focus areas. While the sources highlight common trends, differences exist in focus areas and quantitative predictions. Deloitte emphasizes the renewable energy sector's growth and the convergence of clean tech manufacturing, while Cox Automotive focuses on consumer sentiment and the automotive market's recovery. Numerical forecasts vary, with Deloitte providing insights on energy capacities and Cox Automotive detailing vehicle sales figures. 6. Timeline of events. 2023 to 2024. Record sales in electric vehicles, improvements in charging infrastructure, and increased public and private investments in renewable energy. 2025. Anticipated growth across sectors, with electric vehicle sales comprising 10% of the market, a significant increase in renewable energy capacity, and electrification initiatives in public transportation. Conclusion. The projected 25% increase in market share across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025 highlights a critical transition towards sustainability. This shift is underpinned by technological advancements changing consumer preferences and supportive government policies, indicating a future where sustainability becomes increasingly central to industry growth. This comprehensive overview encapsulates the anticipated trends and developments across these vital sectors, providing a solid foundation for understanding the interconnected dynamics at play as we approach 2025. The forecasted 25% increase in market share across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025 presents several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional expectations about growth, consumer behavior, and market dynamics. 1. Electric vehicle adoption versus internal combustion engines. While it's widely anticipated that electric vehicle EV adoption will surge, the transition may not be as linear as expected. The projection that 1 in 4 vehicles sold will be electrified underscores a significant shift, but it also implies that despite this growth, traditional internal combustion engine ICE vehicles will still account for 75% of total sales. This suggests that while EVs are gaining traction, the legacy market remains resilient, which counters the narrative that ICE vehicles will quickly become obsolete. The substantial number of ICE vehicles still sold highlights a slower than expected transition to a fully electrified fleet, contradicting some more aggressive predictions about the speed of EV adoption. 2. Renewable energy demand outpacing supply. The renewable energy sector is projected to grow substantially, with utility-scale solar and wind capacity leading the way. However, the assertion that demand is outpacing supply reveals a critical tension. The rapid increase in demand from sectors like clean tech manufacturing and data centers is not being matched by an equal increase in supply. This dynamic suggests that while investments are flowing into renewable technologies, structural and logistical challenges remain that could limit the pace of growth, contradicting the expectation that increasing investment will immediately translate into increased capacity. 3. Data centers driving renewable demand. The projected growth of data centers, which are anticipated to add approximately 44 gigawatts of demand by 2030, highlights an unexpected driver of renewable energy needs. This suggests a significant dependency of the tech industry on clean energy, which may not have been fully recognized in earlier forecasts. The counterintuitive aspect here is that while renewable energy is often viewed primarily through the lens of traditional sectors like utilities, the tech sector's insatiable demand for energy, particularly as it relates to AI and cloud computing, could shape the energy landscape in unforeseen ways. 4. Consumer sentiment and market recovery. The anticipated recovery in consumer sentiment and vehicle affordability runs counter to the prevailing narrative of economic uncertainty. The forecast indicates that despite potential policy changes and economic headwinds, consumer confidence is expected to grow, leading to increased vehicle sales. This optimism contradicts the common belief that economic uncertainty would dampen consumer spending, suggesting that consumer behavior may be more resilient and adaptive than previously thought. 5. Impact of government policies. The role of government policies such as the Inflation Reduction Act in shaping market dynamics is pivotal yet nuanced. While such policies are designed to accelerate the transition to renewable energy and support EV adoption, the potential for future policy shifts, especially under a new administration, could create volatility in the market. This uncertainty may lead to an unexpected rush to purchase EVs before potential incentives are altered or removed, which could temporarily inflate sales figures. The counterintuitive element here is that government support, while generally viewed as a stabilizing force, could also introduce unpredictability as consumers react to anticipated changes. 6. Public transportation's parallel growth. The assumption that public transportation growth will naturally follow the trends in automotive electrification and renewable energy may overlook the complexities involved. While electrification of public transport is expected to increase, the less pronounced focus on this sector suggests that it may not grow at the same rate as the automotive and renewable sectors. This could imply a misalignment in investment and policy focus that could hinder public transportation's potential growth, contradicting the expectation of a unified advancement across all sectors related to sustainability. 7. Workforce development challenges. The rapid growth projected in renewable energy and automotive sectors highlights a critical need for workforce development, which may not be adequately addressed. The expectation that these sectors will seamlessly find and train the necessary workforce overlooks the complexities involved in upskilling and reskilling workers. The counterintuitive notion here is that while the demand for clean energy jobs is surging, the actual ability to meet this demand through workforce development programs may lag behind, creating potential bottlenecks in realizing projected growth. 8. Electrified vehicles and consumer preferences. The forecast predicts a substantial market for electrified vehicles, yet the underlying consumer preferences may be more complex than simply favoring EVs. The mention of hybrids and plug-in hybrids suggests that consumers may still prefer flexible solutions over full electrification, indicating a transitional phase rather than an outright shift. This nuance challenges the binary perspective of the market, moving towards either ICE or fully electrified vehicles, suggesting a more blended approach that reflects varied consumer needs and preferences. 9. Economic dynamics and market recovery. The assertion that the economic outlook is improving with a lower risk of recession contrasts sharply with the lingering concerns over inflation and policy changes that could impact consumer spending. The counterintuitive element here is that while the market appears to be on a recovery trajectory, it remains susceptible to external shocks that could quickly reverse progress. This highlights the delicate balance between optimism and caution in market forecasts, suggesting that growth may be more fragile than it appears. In conclusion, the anticipated growth across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025 presents several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional expectations. These insights reveal a complex interplay of market dynamics, consumer behavior, and policy impacts that may not align with straightforward predictions of growth and transformation. As these sectors evolve, understanding these nuances will be crucial for stakeholders navigating the changing landscape. The report, predicting a 25% increase in market share across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025, encompasses a wealth of insights that may not be immediately apparent to many readers. Here are several important aspects that could be overlooked and their significance. 1. Interconnectedness of sectors. While the report highlights growth in individual sectors, the interconnectedness between automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation is crucial. For instance, the surge in electric vehicle EV adoption is not only a trend within the automotive sector but is also a direct result of advancements in renewable energy infrastructure. The reliance on renewable energy sources for charging EVs underscores a symbiotic relationship that can drive market transformation. This interconnectedness suggests that growth in one sector will likely catalyze growth in others, creating a holistic ecosystem rather than isolated advancements. Significance. Understanding this interconnectedness is vital for stakeholders in these industries, as decisions made in one sector can dramatically affect another. For example, if EV adoption accelerates, it will increase demand for renewable energy, which in turn requires a robust infrastructure that can handle increased energy loads. Policymakers and business leaders who grasp this relationship can better align their strategies and investments across sectors. 2. The role of data centers in renewable energy demand. The report notes a significant increase in demand for renewable energy driven by data centers, which is a critical point that might be overlooked. Data centers are projected to add approximately 44 gigawatts of demand by 2030, making them a key player in the renewable energy landscape. Significance. The growing energy consumption from data centers, particularly in the context of AI and cloud computing, highlights a shift in the energy landscape. Companies and policymakers must recognize that data centers are not just consumers of energy, they are also pivotal in shaping energy demand and infrastructure. This creates opportunities for renewable energy providers to tailor solutions that address the specific needs of data centers, thereby driving innovation and efficiency in energy consumption. 3. Technological innovations as growth drivers. The report emphasizes technological innovations such as AI and battery storage solutions across sectors. However, the depth and breadth of these innovations may not be fully appreciated. For example, AI's role in optimizing supply chains for renewable energy cannot be understated, as it fundamentally alters how resources are managed and deployed. Significance. Recognizing the far-reaching implications of technological advancements can help stakeholders understand the potential for operational efficiencies and cost reductions. Companies that invest in these technologies may gain a competitive edge, making it imperative for businesses to stay abreast of developments in AI and other innovations that can transform industry practices. 4. The impact of policy changes. The anticipated influence of government policies, especially the Inflation Reduction Act, is mentioned but not thoroughly explored. The report suggests that these policies will have a significant impact on the growth trajectories of the automotive and renewable energy sectors. Significance. Policymakers and business leaders must pay close attention to these changes, as they can create both opportunities and challenges. For instance, if incentives for EV purchases are reduced or eliminated, it could slow down adoption rates. Conversely, robust support for renewable energy projects could lead to accelerated growth in that sector. Awareness of policy dynamics allows stakeholders to anticipate market shifts and adapt their strategies accordingly. 5. Consumer preferences shifting towards sustainability. While the report touches on evolving consumer preferences, the extent to which this shift is occurring may be understated. The growing demand for sustainable products and services is reshaping market dynamics across sectors. Significance. Businesses need to understand that consumer behavior is increasingly aligned with sustainability goals. This shift can drive demand for electrified vehicles and renewable energy solutions, compelling companies to innovate and adapt. Those that fail to align with these preferences risk losing market share to more progressive competitors. Recognizing this trend is crucial for product development and marketing strategies. 6. Workforce development in renewable energy. The report highlights the growth of clean energy jobs but may not sufficiently emphasize the urgency of workforce development in this sector. As the demand for renewable energy solutions expands, the need for skilled workers who can navigate new technologies will be paramount. Significance. The push for workforce development is not just about filling positions but ensuring that the workforce is equipped with the necessary skills to support the evolving landscape. Companies that proactively engage in workforce training and development will be better positioned to capitalize on growth opportunities. Additionally, this focus can help mitigate potential labor shortages in critical sectors. 7. Carbon management and market dynamics. The report discusses carbon management strategies but may not fully convey the complexity of emerging carbon markets and their implications for renewable energy. The shift from renewable energy offsets to carbon dioxide removal (CDR) credits represents a significant evolution in how carbon management is approached. Significance: as the demand for high-integrity carbon credits increases, renewable energy providers may find new revenue streams and partnership opportunities. Understanding the nuances of these markets can enhance strategic planning and investment decisions. Companies that navigate these dynamics effectively can differentiate themselves and potentially lead in market segments that prioritize sustainability. Conclusion: as the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors prepare for a predicted 25% increase in market share by 2025, various interconnected factors will influence this growth. Stakeholders must pay close attention to the intricacies of technology policy, consumer behavior, workforce development, and carbon management to effectively navigate the evolving landscape. By recognizing and addressing these often overlooked aspects, businesses can position themselves for sustained success in an increasingly competitive and sustainability-focused market. The forecasted 25% increase in market share across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025 highlights key trends reshaping these industries. Here are 4 valuable points for in-depth analysis and discussion. 1. Electrification and consumer sentiment in the automotive sector. The automotive sector is expected to experience a substantial shift towards electrified vehicles, with predictions that 1 in 4 vehicles sold will be electrified by 2025. This marks a significant transition from traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. The growth trajectory is supported by improving consumer sentiment, a robust charging infrastructure, and government policies promoting electric vehicle (EV) adoption. Discussion points: consumer preferences. As consumer awareness and demand for sustainability grow, how will automotive manufacturers adapt their strategies to meet these expectations? Infrastructure development. What role does the expansion of charging networks play in influencing consumer decisions to purchase EVs, and how can public-private partnerships facilitate this growth? Market dynamics. How will competition among automotive brands evolve, especially with newcomers increasing their market share at the expense of established players like Tesla? 2. Renewable energy demand and technological advancements. The renewable energy sector is projected to see significant growth, particularly in utility-scale solar and wind capacity. The demand for clean energy is outpacing supply, creating opportunities for technological innovations such as AI and advanced battery storage solutions. Discussion points: resource optimization. How can AI and other technologies optimize operational efficiencies and supply chain management in renewable energy production? Investment trends. What implications do advancements in clean tech manufacturing have for capital allocation in the renewable energy sector, and how might this shift influence global energy markets? Regulatory frameworks. How will government policies such as the Inflation Reduction Act shape the landscape for renewable energy development and technology adoption? 3. Electrification and integration in public transportation. While less emphasized compared to the automotive and renewable sectors, public transportation is also expected to benefit from electrification initiatives. The growth of electric buses and supporting infrastructure aligns with broader sustainability goals and urban mobility trends. Discussion points: urban planning. How can cities effectively integrate electric public transportation into existing systems, and what challenges might arise in this transition? Consumer acceptance. How will public perception of electric public transport services impact usage rates, and what strategies can be employed to enhance acceptance? Funding and investment. What funding models can be explored to support the electrification of public transportation, and how can stakeholders collaborate to secure necessary investments? 4. Workforce development and job creation in renewables. The renewable energy sector is not only growing in capacity but also in employment opportunities, with clean energy jobs significantly outpacing those in fossil fuels.
This shift necessitates robust workforce development strategies to meet the evolving skill demands in the industry.
Discussion points. Skill gaps. What specific skills will be required for the workforce of the future in the renewable energy sector, and how can organizations effectively address existing skill gaps? Training programs. How can partnerships with educational institutions and trade organizations help foster a skilled labor force for renewable energy jobs? Economic impact. What broader economic impacts can be expected from the growth of renewable energy jobs, particularly in regions traditionally reliant on fossil fuel industries? Conclusion. The anticipated 25% increase in market share by 2025 across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors is a multifaceted phenomenon driven by technological innovation, policy support, and changing consumer preferences. Engaging in discussions around these 4 points can lead to deeper insights into the dynamics shaping these industries and the implications for future growth and sustainability. Here are 3 famous historical cases that illustrate significant transformations in market share and industry dynamics similar to the projected 25% increase in the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025. 1. The rise of the Internet in the 1990s. The Internet revolution of the 1990s marked a pivotal shift in how businesses operated and consumers interacted with technology. The introduction of the World Wide Web led to a massive increase in e-commerce, fundamentally changing the retail landscape. Companies like Amazon and eBay emerged, capturing significant market share as they transformed consumer purchasing behaviors. Traditional retailers faced challenges adapting to the digital space, leading to a wave of bankruptcies and market consolidation. By the early 2000s, e-commerce had grown to account for a substantial portion of total retail sales, reflecting a profound and rapid transformation in market structures, much like the anticipated changes in the automotive and renewable sectors driven by technological advancements and consumer preferences. 2. The shift from coal to natural gas in the energy sector. In the early 21st century, the United States underwent a significant transition from coal to natural gas as a primary source of energy generation. This shift was driven by a combination of technological advancements in hydraulic fracturing, environmental regulations, and a growing emphasis on cleaner energy sources. Natural gas became a more economically viable and cleaner alternative to coal, leading to a dramatic increase in its market share within the energy sector. By 2015, natural gas surpassed coal as the leading source of electricity generation in the U.S. This transformation not only reshaped the energy landscape but also had lasting implications for environmental policy and economic investments in renewable technologies, mirroring the expected growth in renewable energy and electrified transportation due to similar forces. 3. The automotive industry's shift to electric vehicles, EVs. The automotive industry is currently experiencing a notable transition toward electric vehicles, similar to what is forecasted for the future. This transformation began gaining momentum in the late 2010s as automakers like Tesla disrupted traditional market dynamics with innovative electric models. The introduction of government incentives and increasing focus on sustainability and advancements in battery technology contributed to a rapid rise in EV adoption. As of 2020, EV market share was around 2% in the US, but projections indicated that this share could reach 25% in the coming years, reflecting the same kind of growth anticipated across multiple sectors in the coming years. This case highlights how technological advancements, consumer preferences, and supportive policies can drive significant growth in market segments akin to the anticipated transformations in the automotive and renewable energy sectors by 2025. Future outlook: predicted 25% increase in market share across automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025. The projected 25% increase in market share across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025 signifies a convergence of technological innovation, evolving consumer preferences, and supportive policy frameworks. This transformation is anticipated to reshape the landscape of these industries, primarily driven by advancements in electric vehicles, EVs, renewable energy technology, and sustainable public transportation solutions.
1. Automotive sector, a shift towards electrification.
The automotive sector is poised for substantial growth, with new vehicle sales predicted to reach approximately 16.3 million units in 2025.
This represents a recovery from previous downturns, driven by improving consumer sentiment and vehicle affordability.
The shift towards electrification is particularly noteworthy, with expectations that 25% of vehicles sold will be electrified. This marks a significant transition from traditional internal combustion engines, reflecting a broader acceptance of EVs among consumers. Key drivers of this shift include enhanced charging infrastructure, with over 200,000 public charging ports already in place and further investments underway. The necessary infrastructure to support a growing EV market is rapidly expanding. Government incentives. Continued federal support, such as the Inflation Reduction Act, is fostering an environment conducive to EV adoption.
These incentives are crucial in making EVs more appealing to consumers.
Diverse model availability. The introduction of new EV models, including hybrids and plug-in hybrids, will cater to a wide range of consumer preferences, further driving sales.
2. Renewable energy sector, meeting growing demand.
In the renewable energy sector, demand is expected to outpace supply,
resulting in a race to enhance capacity.
By 2025, solar capacity is projected to surpass hydropower, and nuclear emerging as a key player in the energy mix. Factors contributing to this growth include utility-scale projects. A significant portion of new builds will come from utility-scale solar and wind installations, which are expected to account for nearly 90% of new capacity additions. Technological integration. The incorporation of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence (AI) is optimizing supply chains and operational efficiencies, facilitating faster deployment of renewable resources. Data center demand. The surge in demand from clean tech manufacturing and data centers is pushing for increased renewable energy utilization, with data centers alone projected to add around 44 gigawatts of demand by 2030.
3. Public transportation, electrification, and sustainability.
While less emphasized, the public transportation sector is also expected to benefit from the broader trends of electrification and renewable energy integration.
Key developments include
electric buses and infrastructure. Investments in electric bus fleets and related infrastructure are set to increase, promoting sustainable transit solutions and reducing emissions in urban areas. Integration with renewable energy. Public transportation systems will increasingly connect with renewable energy sources, enhancing their sustainability and operational efficiency. 4. Common trends across sectors. Several overarching trends are driving growth across these sectors. Technological innovation. The adoption of AI, advanced battery technologies, and renewable technologies such as green hydrogen is pivotal in enhancing operational capabilities and efficiencies. Policy support. Government initiatives aimed at promoting sustainability and reducing carbon emissions are critical in shaping market dynamics and encouraging investment in clean technologies.
Consumer preferences. A shift in consumer attitudes towards sustainability is evident,
with increasing demand for electric vehicles and renewable energy solutions. 5. Potential challenges and considerations. While the outlook is positive, several challenges could impact the trajectory of growth.
Economic factors. Fluctuations in economic conditions, including inflation and interest rates, could affect consumer spending and investment in these sectors. Policy changes. Potential changes in government policy, particularly regarding EV incentives and renewable energy support, could influence market dynamics.
Infrastructure development. The pace of infrastructure development, particularly for EV charging and renewable energy deployment, will be critical in meeting growing demands.
Conclusion.
The anticipated 25% increase in market share across the automotive, renewable energy, and public transportation sectors by 2025 reflects a significant shift towards sustainability and electrification. Driven by technological advancements, favorable policies, and changing consumer preferences, these sectors are poised for transformative growth. As industries converge towards sustainable practices, the future landscape will increasingly prioritize clean energy and efficient transportation solutions, marking a pivotal moment in the transition to a more sustainable economy.